Hey bee lovers, welcome back to another adventure in backyard beekeeping. The day after we installed a thriving nuke, we fed our bees sugar water in the morning. This will help our bees build out these starter frames with beeswax honeycomb. You can see the starter frames already have the hexagon shape. They've also been pre-dipped in beeswax, which helps give the bees a head start. But even without starter frames, honeybees can build honeycomb beeswax. The beeswax is incredible for candles and products like salve. It smells amazing. But for the bees, this honeycomb is everything. The cells of the honeycomb are where the queen bee lays eggs, which the worker bees help raise into larvae and then baby bees. So it's like a womb and a nursery. The honeycomb is also where the worker bees put the pollen and then convert the pollen into bee bread and put the nectar and convert the nectar into honey. So the honeycomb cells are also like a kitchen and a pantry. We're going to help the bees build that honeycomb by making them sugar water and feeding them. Because it takes the bees a lot of honey or sugar water to build the honeycomb. So it's very easy to make the sugar water. You just take a 1-to-1 ratio of granulated sugar and water. And it's good to use hot water just to help dissolve the sugar. And you can even just heat the water up on the stove. You don't need to boil it, but just to warm it up enough to make it easier to dissolve the sugar. We let that cool down afterwards. Sai is a natural beekeeper and stays nice and calm, working with the bees, calm and efficient. This feeding of the bees took just a couple minutes, and we didn't want to disturb the bees because we just installed the nuke yesterday. So we didn't check on any of the frames, just took the in-frame feeder, put it on the rack, and then poured in the sugar water, and then put it right back. Didn't take out any of the frames to take a look at them yet, but can see that the bees are very active. We're going to check on the bees in about 7 days, but for now we're just putting the food in there and then putting back on the inside cover and then putting back on the outside cover, and then we'll come back in about 7 days. But it looks like the bees are very active and looks like everything is good. So thanks for joining Sai and I on this feeding of the bees. We appreciate you joining us and liking the video and subscribing to the channel Z's Bees. See you on our next adventure.